the common salt what we use every day in our food, we prepare a homeopathic medicine from that. What is that common salt? Common salt is the sodium chloride. So the homeopathic medicine what we prepare from that is called Natrum mur. Full name is Natrium muriaticum. So I'll give you some interesting facts about the selection of this remedy. When do we give that medicine and what are the symptoms we found, and how these symptoms we can correlate to the properties of the common salt or the properties of sodium chloride. In homeopathy, we study this concept as a doctrine of signature. That means the original drug substance what we have taken, it has certain properties, and the same properties we find when the substance is being dynamized or potentized, and a homeopathic medicine is being prepared from that. So the corresponding homeopathic medicine also contains the same properties of the original substance, called doctrine of signature. Now let us see in Natrum what happens. Sodium chloride, it is a compound. It is a combination of two things, sodium and chlorine. Now sodium chloride, the way it is found in the bonding form, the Natrum patient also has a bondage. Bondage with what? Bondage with the past grief. The patient goes on brooding over the past. Why? Because the way the saline water solidifies into the salt, the same way here the healthy flow of emotion gets obstructed or blocked. So the Natrum patient doesn't express his emotions, doesn't share with emotions with others, and he or she is a very much reserved personality. So you find there is a bondage with the past grief in the mental plane. In physical plane, sometimes we find the stagnation. For example, we find the cases where there is a swelling of the lower leg, the ankles, etc. And that is because of the obstructed urinary flow. And when you give medicine in allopathy, there is a popular remedy called Lasix. That is a diuretic. When you give Lasix, the urinary flow will be more and the swelling will go. So that is a symptom calling for Natrum. Coming to other point, salt that adds life to the food. However good food you cook, if salt is lacking, then it's gone. Same way, sometimes the patient is very much optimistic. The patient will have an optimistic phase of life. The patient will be very, very cheerful that time, very, very creative, enjoys the life like anything. At the same time, this is about the mental plane, I say. Same time, the physical plane, you will find the patient has a craving for salt. The way the waves are there in the sea, how they move, they oscillate up and down. The same way in the mental plane of Natrum, we find the mood swing. Basically, the salt is prepared from the saline water, the sea water. So properties of sea we find definitely in the sea, in the salt as well as in the Natrum patient. So mood swing, sometimes extremely happy, cheerful, sometimes very much deep, great depression, profound depression of spirit. In physical plane also we find there is a rhythmic appearance and disappearance of symptoms. For example, there is a headache. Headache starts in the morning, goes on increasing till the noon. After the noon, when the sun comes down, it starts coming down. This is how the headache also comes and goes rhythmically. The malarial symptoms calling for Natrum happens also same way, rhythmically, comes and goes in the same time or same hour, like that. The waves or the tides, they depend upon the sun and moon. In the new moon day, in the full moon day, we find high tides, as you know. Why? Because sun and moon, they have a tidal effect on the sea. The same way Natrum patient will develop symptoms as per the sun and moon. We find the Natrum patient becoming more depressed or more sentimental during the new moon day or full moon day. The ailments that increase and decrease with the sun, as I told you, the schoolgirl's headache, that means you have a headache that starts in the morning, that goes on increasing till the noon, and after the noon slowly it comes down. So along with the sun it goes up and down. Another thing we have noticed in the Natrum patients, they have an aggravation of the ailments when they go near the sea. Many of the psoriasis cases, the lesions, the itching, etc. becomes worse if they go to the seashore. So aggravation from the seashore. In general, we have also seen another property, that the people who need Natrum, they have a fascination towards the sea. When they see the sea, they want to take bath, they want to sit in the seashore for a long time, and they really enjoy the sea beach. So they have a special affinity or special desire to be nearby sea. That is also another symptom calling for Natrum. Then the rock salt, when we use for cooking, it doesn't dissolve completely. Same way Natrum patient, the mind is so reserved that it never mixes with the others. What they show to others, they are not the same inside. They keep many things inside. So they maintain a lot of privacy in the mental plane. And in physical plane, we find a lot of suppressants. That means a lot of applications of ointment or suppression by some steroids, etc. So a lot of suppressions will be there in the physical plane. The way we find the sea, so deep, having such a depth, it hides many things inside it, but from exterior, outside when we see it, it looks very clear. The same way, the Natrum patient, from outside very, very calm, quiet, composed, but within there is a lot of grief, there is a lot of depression, unhappiness inside. But externally nobody can make out unless until you are very close with the person. So these are the ways how we find out whether a person is in need of our remedy, Natrum or not.